The things I'm looking for often are first year experiences. We often talk in admissions around orientation, right? Most of us who went to college, 30 years ago probably went through a orientation program for a couple of days before school started, and that was kind of it. Now, the thing really at most colleges, many of the dreams, the schools that I list in the Dream School book have very structured first year programs. Now, these all look a little different, but what they're trying to do is put students in kind of a cohort based experience so that you get to know other students who may have similar interests. That also puts you in front of a similar faculty member, the same faculty member, every week. Furman has an experience like this, as does St. Olaf, which are, by the way, two of the dream schools of the 75 listed in the book. These are very structured programs. And what it does is it puts you in a small group of students that have similar interests. It puts you in front of a full-time faculty member who may not be your advisor and is most likely not your advisor. So you get to know another faculty member. And it's very structured, meaning where orientation often just throws a lot of information at you, it helps you kind of move into that first year of college in a much slower way and really understand what you need to do. What are the clubs and activities you want to join? What are the internships you want to do? How do you really understand what a major is and what you want to major in if you haven't declared one yet? There's all these things that happen over a longer period of time as part of these first year experiences. And most of these are labeled in that way. There's even a big conference in higher ed called FYE, first year experiences. And now, by the way, many colleges are adding a second year, a sophomore year experience to structure these a little bit. And I talk about this in the book, Lisa, as a kind of scaffolding around the beginning of college. And I know that many parents out there will be like, well, I just kind of want to let my kids sink or swim. If you remember back in the day when we all went to college, the professor would say, look to your right, look to your left. One of you won't be around here in the spring. That's not really the kind of going mindset anymore in colleges and universities. They really are there to try to help support you in that transition, especially from high school to college. So you want to look for you want to look for schools that have these programs that structure particularly that first year, maybe even that second year, and then slowly they take that away, moving into your junior and senior year as you move into the workforce.